had inquired about some things ready to move forward from your perspective there.
Rezoning the property.
So there's some zoning to do there, but that continues to move forward. We've just gotten calls in the last week or two since North Wyland is going really well. So we need to relook at what our next steps are. Where there's momentum, we want to make sure momentum keeps going, and there's good momentum there. I think we have to figure out how we can continue to work with the North Wyland developers. So those are all wonderful investments being made by outside developers in the community. Puddle Jumper 9 and 10, 14th Street, Gelderland, all have lots available that are city-owned. Helps create that mix of options to go along with some of these, the Canal Heights, and they continue to sell more of the twin homes in the Canals area. So, I think really in the 6 years that I've been in this role, is housing has just been always talked about, and what are we doing? And I think we're on the cusp of some things that are really going to open some things up. So even as twin homes are being sold out in the canals, you hear more of the existing homes, people moving out. And we know that that's probably where a more affordable housing is when we get people move out of their existing homes into something new that opens up things in the community. So appreciate all the staff's efforts in that area. Going downtown, Windmill Park, grateful that Brian Gosling has been able to repair the bridge. He's working on the last Sarah Mullen there, but the rest of the project going on to the Diamond Vogel project, exciting to see. We're kind of up to punch lists and seating on the new park area. I'm going to have a hard time calling it the Welcher Family Park, but what a blessing. Thank you. Mark Nyoff and I were out there with both of those contractors today looking at what are the kind of things that need to keep getting done. So we're getting really close on there. Mark also shared that on the, we can call it the St. Paul Trail. They're really down to seating there. They pretty much got it all filled in, and they got a little cleanup and seating to go there. We're in continued communication with the Corvers on that sidewalk from Highway 10 by Dutch Inn to the Puddle Jumper Trail. I think we're making good progress there. Veterans Park Trail is, they have all the pavement, all the sidewalk is poured there, and so they'll be getting that all seeded in before the end of September. The others are just continuing to keep trails and connectedness through the community kind of on the agenda as it keep moving there. Noah shared with me today that they should be starting on our filter system renovation this week. So that work is progressing there. Get on the second page, Center for Healthy Living, of course, just needs to stay, I think, in our focus about what are we doing as far as indoor opportunities, potential partnerships with either the college, health system, and so on. Lansberg Golf Course, these are some projects that the board had identified earlier in the year. They have done the electronics were updated in the irrigation system, some new driving range netting. So those are just some ongoing projects there. Been actually asked a couple of times in the last couple of days about Central Avenue, especially as we've lost some more trees in there. Is this something that can get back on the city's radar as far as communication? I think with Out West and with Central Park, Windmill Park being developed, this conversation about creating this really thoroughfare, improving the accessibility to the sidewalks, I would encourage the council to take another look at when they're going through strategic planning. Continuing a few updates here, we got some more lighting happening in City Hall. Of course, a new place for the police department. It's high priority. I know it's still summer of 26 delivery on the ladder truck. I think is kind of where we're at. So we're moving forward on fire department there. Some questions on the TEEP study that we had done. There's some things, a little bit more low-hanging fruit on crosswalks and some lighting. Some of the bigger intersection questions are going to probably depend on bigger projects and funding. So nothing really new to report there. Commercial Centrum, of course, Quick Star is moving quickly. Ryan's been in communication with a few potential businesses there. No one's quite ready to pull the trigger there, but definitely interest being shown there now that you see some more activity there.
Do we have a date on that they hope to
What's our
open?
date for opening?
November.
November. Ooh, that's close.
Some of you are involved in the Downtown Visiting Task Force and still anticipate a report to the council on that. But otherwise, it's really fun to see Family Animal Clinic open, Howland House, Axis, all in that building. So, and then just right outside here, seeing the Axis building going up, second story going up. There's just some good activity happening in the downtown. It's a good mix. A lot of activity in Commercial Centrum. The 16th Street cul-de-sac is completely full. OCDC's been having additional conversations with Cortiva on how their needs are both being met. Willinga condos, I think, are moving into the next phase, so there's things going on. I saw that in the old Ned's property, there's actually building materials were delivered there, so I think we'll start seeing some activity there. Of course, Floral Market's been a wonderful addition there. Just Brian and OCDC continue to keep their eyes open for, what's kind of development might happen on Highway 10. So we've got these two things going with our downtown. Extremely important that we get our business to flourish in the downtown, but also the activity on Highway 10. 18th Street, I know we've had conversations about those lots, but no one's bid on those, but needs to stay in that communication. Can't mention briefly the 7th Street overlay. So I did include here what I think I have the correct, what's the total city share, county share, and what's the SDGB grant money that's going to go into that 7th Street project. And then the county's estimated that the city share of K64 going north would be about $150,000. Matt shared that DGR continues to communicate on the diesel generation for our electrical system. The water tower now would likely be located south of 14th Street, so that continues to be, I think, in our at least